Well, hello everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever, wherever you are. This is the Adia Penacho. It's time again for us to have a discussion. So we are here today. We are going to talk about why do couples split or divorce after decades of marriage. My guest for today is Mr. Graham. He's joining us all the way from Ghana. And Mr. Graham,
Yeah.
welcome to the Adeopener.
Thank you, team. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And thanks for the opportunity to.
Thank you. And I really appreciate you because I know it's late at your end and you are here with us. So I'm really, really grateful that you are joining us. Today,
Thank
our
you so
topic
much.
for the program is why do couples split or divorce after um, decades or long time of marriage. So my first question to you will be, why do we get married at all? Why do people get married?
Okay, so thank you so much. Greetings to everyone. So before we even talk about why do people get married, let's look at
Mhm.
what marriage is about. So
Okay.
when we talk about marriage, we are talking about two individuals that
Mhm.
comes together with the backing of the family or
Okay.
a court system for them to stay
Mhm.
together as husband and wife. So we are looking at two people from different backgrounds, from different tribes, from different countries, or even the same tribe, the same country, the same religion coming together as husband and wife with a common goal.
Okay.
So when
Mm.
you look at this, you would understand that then, of course, these two people come together for one purpose:
Okay.
marriage. Now,
Mm.
everybody that enters into marriage have something that is called expectations.
Mhm.
Everybody. So when you look at the question that you asked me, why do couples split after a long decade of marriage?
Yeah.
One of the reason could be expectations.
Mm.
So when I talk of expectations, what am I talking about? Everybody has a reason of entering into marriage.
Mhm.
So one would enter into a marriage because of companionship.
Okay.
One would enter into a marriage because of children.
Okay.
One will enter into a marriage because of property.
Mm.
One would enter into a marriage because of security.
Okay.
So these four things are part of the expectations of an individual before entering into marriage.
Mhm.
But the first question that the person have to ask themselves, or the two couples have to ask themselves, is, do I know myself?
Okay.
Yes. Do you know yourself? So
Mm.
before you even enter into the marriage, apart from the expectations that you have, one, do you know yourself?
Mhm.
Ask yourself, who are you? What do you want? Because it is when you know yourself, that is when you
Right.
will get the expectations.
Okay.
There are a lot of people that do not know themselves. They
Mhm.
don't know who they are. They don't know what they want in life. They don't know their vision, their goals. They don't know their identity. So some people enter into marriage before they are able to identify themselves. So as soon as they are able to identify themselves in the marriage, that is when they will say, no, this isn't what I was expecting. This,
Which are wrong meat.
yes, because one, if you know yourself,
Mm-hmm.
first, it will determine the kind of man or a woman you should marry.
Want to, yeah.
Yes, if you know yourself.
Mm.
Knowing yourself would even determine the way you should dress,
Mm.
the kind of career you should choose,
Mm-hmm.
the kind of plan you have, the family size.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're able to know yourself, you set this kind of priority around you. So
Okay.
if you don't know yourself, whatever thing that you are going to do, you get it wrong.
Mm.
So the one of the things that I will say, if you are giving it as a point, it's one, some of the partners do not know themselves.
That's very true.
Yes, they don't know themselves. So going along in 10, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, that is when they're able to sit back to assess themselves and say, no, this is not the kind of life I chose to be.
I know.
This is where I want to go. This is the kind of
Mm.
man I want. Because there are people that have gotten married to some men that the kind of work that the man does has affected them at home.
Mm.
There are people that have gotten married to women that even the kind of woman, the kind of job that they do has affected the house. So if you're able to identify yourself, that is where you know, say, if I go in for a teacher, it will help me. If I go in for a driver, it will help me. If I go in for a lawyer, it will help me. If I go in for a doctor, it will help me. You can even know if you should enter into a long distance marriage or a short distance marriage. Do I want a fair colored lady
Yeah.
or
Okay. Go ahead. So,
should I continue?
oh yes, please. Sorry.
Able to identify all these things, identify what you want, then these factors will help you in selecting. The typical example, I'm in Ghana, so I will use the Ghanaian community as one of the examples that I
Mm.
proceed to the next point. I'm the quiet and I don't like noise. There
Mm.
are certain tribes that when you get married into, noise is their hobby. The way they greet the way they greet, very aggressive, very noisy.
Okay.
So if I know myself,
Mm-hmm.
then if I'm choosing, I will know where to look at.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to try and mention a particular tribe here.
No, 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 no,
Or
no. Yeah, no
yes,
problem.
even in part of some of the countries, there are certain countries, the group of people, they are very aggressive. There
Mm-hmm.
are people, they are very calm.
Yeah.
So if you know yourself, then you will be able to identify which kind of man you should go to. If
Mm.
you don't know and you enter at the middle of it, you realize, I've done so many mistakes. So the point
Mm-hmm.
that they miss it is that they are not able to identify themselves. They don't know themselves before
Yeah.
entering the marriage. The second one that I mentioned earlier on is expectations. So know yourself, then two, expectations. There are people that enter into marriage because of childbearing or to have children. So when you enter into the marriage and then the children are not coming, you waited for 3 years,
Yeah.
6 years, 9 years, 15 years. And the expectation that in which you entered into the marriage is not there. At the long run, you walk away.
Yeah.
You leave because the expectation is not met. There are people that enter into marriage with the expectation that their husband is fully going to take care of them. So they have in mind it is the responsibility of the man 100% to take care of the house, to take care of a
Mm.
wife, and to take care of the children.
Okay.
So when you enter into the marriage and something happen without plan B, something happened that the man that in your mind you feel the whole of your life you should be taken care of till you die, and that thing is not coming, you begin to question yourself
Mhm.
that did I make the right choice? Was the decision right? Does
Mhm.
this man even worth me giving birth to? So you ask yourself, kwan bɛn koraa na ɛbaeɛ a me koraa megyaa me ho ma papa yi mewo maa no because mawo nkɔlaa bɛyɛ mmienu mmiɛnsa de ama no a ɔntumi nhwɛ ɔmo mpo na ebi asome so. So you
Mm.
begin to ask yourself all these questions because your expectation is not met.
Yeah.
And for that matter, if the expectation is not met, you become disappointed. The option that you have is that if I get any opportunity, I walk away from the marriage. Two, safety protection. There are people that we get married to that they are not able to protect us.
Mm.
Being a wife, being a husband. Okay? You can get married to a man that you didn't even know who that man is. And when you keep on hearing the kind of things that your husband says about you to others, it will shock
Mm.
you.
Yeah.
And a piling up, now I hear a certain kind of pain. And you sit down when you confront it and the issue is not solved, you become pain because entering into the marriage, you were looking for a man that will shield you and protect you. But
Mm.
here comes what you have is a man that is actually selling you outside to people that you are even doing better, people that are not of your
Mm.
class.
Mhm.
So when it happens like that, whether the man or the woman become disappointed, there are equally women that also talks about their husband to their colleagues, their friends, their
Yeah.
mates. And some of the discussion is really bad. And he said, Otis asem we nyinaa it brings a certain kind of pain and disappointment in your heart. And for that matter, the least opportunity that you are going to get, you walk out of the marriage. The third one that I'm talking about, there are people that enter into marriage that marriage supposed not to be.
Mm.
So typically, should I use the word wrong choices?
Mhm.
But let me break it further. You see, you can even arrange marriage with someone, and by the course of discussion, by the course of preparation going into the marriage, about 2 weeks or 1 week to the marriage, you realize this is not the person that I have to enter marriage with.
Mm.
But you realize the event center has been booked, engagement things have been bought,
Invite has been sent out.
invite have been sent out. This woman is in a church and is a leader in a church.
Mm.
This man is in an office, respectable office. and you are like, hey, adeɛ the suban with the mwame, but se me kase me ma aware koswa. What kind of impact am I going to have on me
Mm.
and then the man as well? So
That's
you look at all these things and you are like, umunu, you don't even want to enter into the marriage. But because of the circumstances around you, you
mm-hmm.
have to allow that process to go.
So
In
true.
any case, there are some family members that even if you want to work or you want to stop the marriage, they will not allow.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
their kind of influences will come in for you to
Mm-hmm.
actually enter into something that you don't really want to, because there are certain red flags that has been flagged that you have seen said no, this person will not be a person that I will be able to stay with all of my life. And see, these influences will push you for you to enter. Now, when you enter, there is a certain kind of cracks before you even enter into the marriage, because in the first place, the marriage has even collapsed before the marriage came on.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So, such a person, the person will enter into the marriage looking for a certain kind of opportunity. When it comes, the
And
person walk out from marriage. It can be the side of a man, it can be the side of a woman.
so,
So this can also be the factors why people also walk out from a long marriage. There is one thing, we go into relationship and then all of a sudden the lady or the woman will take a seat or will take a seat. And there are some families, they don't want born ones. With the moment you take a seat, say bema no ɛhyɛ nyinsɛn na ɔbɛfa wo kɔ.
go around by
And
force.
men bi wɔ hɔ a, yes, there are certain men, you see, it's unplanned pregnancy. So
Mm.
here on our soil, this Ghanaian community, say ɔbaa ɛfa yɛ funu, the moment you take a seat and you are not
Mm.
married, there's a certain kind of eye that the society will look at you, especially if you are coming from a certain background, society, a certain kind of
Mm.
class.
Mm-hmm.
Enti, nipa no nyɛ ready, ɛnka w'adwene mu sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔne ne ntena. But because pregnancy aba anaa nyinsɛn aba no, the families will force you enter into marriage. Now, this is what happened. Wobɛkɔ into the marriage, nkwadaa bɛbɛ mu. Now, you can have one child, two children, three. Unyayanka, you walk out of the marriage. But nkwadaa ne susa. So
Mm-hmm.
anytime you want to walk out of the marriage, you are thinking of the 3 year boy, the 7 year boy, the one less than 1 year baby. How would I even organize myself? So there are
Yeah.
people that their marriage even collapsed the first 2 years that they entered into the marriage. But the kind of circumstances or the new development that has come, the woman would have to wait for the children to grow, become of age before they say bye bye to the marriage.
Mm.
So it also forms part. So you realize the person, oh, only not now 10 years, 15 years, some 30 years, some 40 years.
That's true.
Then they say goodbye to the marriage. Some are equally also looking for an opportunity to work out of marriage. But let me put this thing on record. There are people that have entered into marriage that they become very disappointed because people will come to you and portray to you who they are not.
Mm.
They come to you
That's
and portray
dangerous.
to you who they are not.
Mm-hmm.
So they are different, and you wouldn't even know. Now, as soon as you enter into the marriage and you are able to identify who that man is, who that woman is, you are like, how did I get here?
Hmm.
So the next line of action is to be planning how I'm going to walk out of the marriage. So a marriage that always collapses at the age of 20, at the age of 30, is a marriage that has collapsed at the first year of the marriage. Some even before the marriage itself. Nti awareɛ biara ebegu biara no ɛyɛ awareɛ a na yɛbɛhyɛ awareɛ no ase no na egu dada.
That. Hmm.
There are people that enter into marriage because the Bible says, how can two work together unless they agree? There are people that enter into marriage that who say awareɛ ankasa yɛ adwuma. Marriage is
Mm-hmm.
work.
Yeah.
Ɛyɛ adwuma a you cannot even explain yourself. So sometimes there are people that come together, one party is not ready to work on himself.
Mm-hmm.
And see, what happened is that the other party, instead of enjoying the marriage, the person endures.
Yeah.
And
And
you
it's
know,
not good.
when you endure something for a longer period,
Mm.
it becomes a norm. And that you
Becomes
are not,
toxic.
I mean, and that endurance bring a certain kind of pain and hunger. And you are
Mm.
like, any small chance that you get, ah, you just walk. You are just it. Separation
Right.
or divorce has always been looking for an opportunity to work out.
Mm.
The infidelity, the a man cheating, a woman cheating, a man not being able to provide for the family are things that do not necessarily contribute to these factors. The reason why I'm saying this is that when you have a bad man, is a bad man. When you have a bad
Mm.
wife, is a bad wife. There are people, there are people, there are people. Look, before you ask me another question, there are people, they have money, and for that matter, they don't even know how to talk to their wives.
Mm-hmm.
There are women that they have money, but they don't even know how to talk to their husbands.
That's true.
So this person that is in the marriage is looking for an opportunity to build on himself or herself. Enti aware mu no onni hwee, onkita hwee. Enti yɛde ne mu yɛ fam. Deɛ yɛpɛ bi yɛka kyerɛ no. Yɛte yɛmmu no. So this man, you treated this woman ɛwɔ ne life mu nyinaa for 12 good years in marriage. And at
Mm.
long last, this woman has been able to build herself all alone without the assistance of the man. As soon as Obeba be stable, no, you realize, no, I was able to do all these things. Then I can live all alone. So I wouldn't need you to come and disturb me.
Yeah.
And for that matter, they walk out of the marriage. The last thing that I will call you also adapt is that when the person you are building vision with is visionless, eh,
You find
this
yourself here. Mm.
this last thing,
Mm.
if you don't take it can make you go crazy
Yeah.
when you are dealing with a visionless person who does not contribute to anything, who doesn't want to help to anything, and on top, that person want to even disrespect you and make you look like you are nothing, uncontribute to anything to the family,
Mhm.
uncontribute to anything to even the children,
Yeah.
uncontribute to anything to the vision of that small family. But this same person cause problem to
Mm.
the family. I bet you, even if who are in the family for 40 to 50 years, one of the partners will look for opportunity to leave.
You. Yeah.
So all these things are factors that makes people walk away from a long marriage?
Thank you so much, Mr. Graham. You've given us a lot of explanation to this topic that we are treating. So let's welcome our viewers. I have on here Mr. Kofi. One second. Mr. Kofi Lefty Obibini, welcome to the Adia Pena Show. Mr. Asante is watching us from Ohio. Mr. Asante, welcome to the Adia Pena Show. I have Mr. Wilson here. He's watching us from all the way from Ghana. And my sweetheart Barbara is also here watching us. So welcome everybody to the Adia Pena Show. Today we are discussing why do couples split or divorce after decades of marriage. So Mr. Graham here has given us a lot of examples why people divorce or leave their marriages after decades of being together with their partners. So Mr. Graham, the reason why I had this question a few months ago, I had the opportunity to I met with this woman, and she's an elderly woman with her daughter, and they going to the court. The reason being that the woman is divorcing the husband.
Okay.
What was the husband is going after another woman? They've been married for 34 years. And I sat down and I'm like, 34 years, so why don't you be for 34 years? Why now? Why is it that this time is like, I know within like for 30, being married for 34 years, a lot has gone on in that marriage. So why should that thing that the husband is doing, maybe she cannot like compromise, or she cannot afford to like see the husband with another person? Or because I was just wondering, why wouldn't you just, because they say when
Yeah.
are you doing? Like, I don't know, but it was something that I kept asking myself questions about it. And then there was this woman that I spoke with a few years back. The husband was paralyzed, like he had stroke, and the husband was in wheelchair, and the woman was the one that was like pushing him back and forth. And for her action towards the husband, when you are by them, you are beside them, you be like, why is she treating him like that? So like the woman and someone, they were having conversation, and she goes like, oh, like, my husband when we were young, like she's talking about when they were young and they got married, right? They
Okay.
had a lot of money, but the man, instead of taking care of
Oh,
his family, he wouldn't
yeah.
take care of his family. He would rather take care of people outside. He had all
Yeah.
these girls and this blah blah. A lot of things were going on, and according to the woman, she tried to talk to the husband so many times, but at the time he was young, he had money and everything, so he never listened to what the wife was saying. So according to the woman, she invested her time and energy into her education, and then
Yeah.
so instead of staying at home for the husband to be treating her badly, she will go to school, study, and doing all sorts of things, taking care of the 3 children they had together and all of that. So at a point, we don't say omote, but there is no love. So what I say,
Okay.
still
Yeah.
living. She didn't divorce the husband. They were still living.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
say they have grown up together, but what they call love, there is no love. But the woman,
Yeah.
or no, the own jawari, but instead of say obey show or some kind of love, no, or don't need me hope. I don't know, so our own jai our. So this is what brought about me asking this question. So as our viewers are listening, if we are treating why do people split or divorce after a long period of marriage. So if you have something to say, please put in your comments or questions or concerns in the comment section, and we'll read it. We'll read it out loud for we or everybody to learn from it. So I'm going to start from Mr. Kofi Lefty. He said, Mr. Grant, sometimes you have to help me because sometimes I can't see those little
Okay, so let me go here. Mr. Lefty Obibini, Nana Abna Adiepena, and Mr. Graham, you are all looking good.
Thank you, Mr. Kofi. And then he came back and said,
Okay, great point, Mr. Graham. That's the same person, Kofi Lefty.
yes, thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Kofi. Mr. Asante said he's watching the show all the way from Ohio. All right, let's read something from Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson here said, it is even in the Bible that the moment you enter a woman, she becomes your wife. Is this right? I'm taking it again. It is even in the Bible that the moment you enter a woman, she becomes your wife. Is this right?
So enter, he means that if you have sex with the person, right?
Yes.
Is this right? Okay, I saw for now more platform.
Well, before I say when you be explaining, yeah, there is somewhere in the Bible that if a man takes a virgin or if a man sleeps with a virgin, now the man would have to take the virgin to the family and ask of the man and ask of the lady's hand in marriage from the family or from the father.
Is this
Now,
the old days, no? And after your present, old
it's in
testament?
the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's somewhere in
Old
Isaiah.
testament. Okay.
It's Old
Okay.
Testament, yes. Yes, Old Testament. So when you ask that virgin, because when you pick a virgin and sleep, or when you seduce a virgin and you sleep with her, go to the father and ask the father, the lady's hand in marriage from the father. Now, if the father accepts, you carry the virgin and you go. But if they don't accept, you pay the bride price of the lady and wash your hands. So I don't know where, probably that is where the person is taking that inspiration from. But if you enter into or if you have sex with any woman, that person doesn't automatically becomes your wife.
Okay.
It's that person becoming a wife goes with tradition and culture. So for someone meeting a lady outside and even having sex with the lady, the person can become your girlfriend, the person can become your sex partner, the person can even become your baby mama. But that person does not qualify to be a wife.
Okay.
A wife is someone that the two families has meet and there's an exchange. Both family has agreed, or the two of you has walked to the law courts for the court to pronounce you as husband and wife. So the two of you cannot sit somewhere and pronounce yourself husbands and wife. Somebody would have to pronounce unto you for being a husband and a wife.
Okay. If we are talking about that, then and can remember be come wives the
We
some
can
men. Okay, I'm sorry. But some of them don't sleep. So
it's
if
not
you enter
easy.
this one, you have to get married to her. You enter this one, you have to get married to her. Hey, like a lot
Uh,
of some men
yes.
have a lot of wives. So I think that should be so. Can you please help me out with this one, Mr.
Okay. Mr. Kofi has come again. So let's read. Couples break up after many years because they feel disconnected, experience cheating, or go through big life changes like kids leaving home or retiring. Other reasons can be that there is no commitment, ongoing arguments, not meeting each other's expectations, wanting to be independent, going through a midlife crisis, etc. Also, if some women become more financially independent, it gives them a choice if they are unhappy in their marriage and they would walk out. So
That's a lot.
yes, I mean, thank you so much, Mr. Kofi. So we said it earlier on. Whatever thing that we have discussed,
Let me put it down
the
there.
two basic thing that we will dwell on today is knowing yourself and expectations.
Mhm.
Knowing yourself and expectations, and all this message boil down to these people because as soon as your expectation is not met, you become very disappointed. Look, there are people that have entered into marriage, and because of that marriage, they have lost their jobs.
Hmm.
There are a lot of women that are almost financially sound. Now, because of childbearing in marriage, it has frustrated them for them to even lose their job.
Oh yeah.
Some people would have to willingly resign to come home to raise children and to take care of the family. Now, watch this. Say, if a woman would resign or lose the work to take care of children and the family and the man who is the husband, now this woman will come to the house, and because of wager the woman overshare the family and then the wife, no, this husband will start maltreating this woman who was once financially sound,
Mm.
who was once independent, who was one highly respected in the society.
Mhm.
And see, for better words, if you are a man and then you begin to disrespect such a woman, you begin to maltreat her, you begin to talk to her anyhow. This woman has seen life before.
Mhm.
And see, it's a matter of her giving herself some time. That me feel say me gyae m'adwuma no aba abɛhwɛ fie sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛbɛtumi atena ase asomdwoe sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a wokɔ ba a we have peace. But me gyae m'adwuma kɔɛ no woda nsuman bi adi akyerɛ me a what it means is say if I continue to stay in marriage, daakye sɛ metena wo ho a m'anim bɛgu ase.
Mm.
Nti prɛko pɛ no, during crisis no, people take a lot of decisions. Until crisis will come, you cannot take a decision because
Yeah.
you'll be in your comfort zone. So when changes come, when crises come, when the unexpected happen, that is when you begin to have a sober reflection of certain decisions that you have made in life. And see, Ubo say the first point is that it was a mistake I entered into this marriage. This marriage we are now sadi we are breme. Enti enya nto enye ntua. Na se mama ho kwa mo anware me a enka ntumi emo me. You can abuse me. If mama ho kwan no anware me a ntumi ndidi matem.
Mm.
If not this marriage that I entered, like ebia ohu baby kranka, you can approach me.
Yeah.
So the best that for the peace that I want, I walk out of the marriage and have my peace. No matter how it could be 10 years, it could be 20 years, it could be 50 years. You rightly said, people that have been married for 34 years. So
Mhm.
if you check, age is near 50, 55.
Yeah, 60 cry because the lady looked a little older.
And if it's about cheating, remember be at 70, 65, 60, they can't even sleep with their wife.
Mm,
So what you should know is they have already taken the decisions of years ago.
long
Because then
time.
long time, the decision is there. And opportunity never, then the person walks to either the law court or the family. So our Arabia, almost 90% of marriages that collapse, it has already collapsed the first year of the marriage or before the marriage. Mhm.
Mr.
When we
Asante
talk
is
of,
something. Oh, go
okay,
ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
okay. So let's come to the minor things in life that crops up when two people come together.
Mm-hmm.
Say we enter into partnership, we enter into marriage to grow. One of the factors can also be growth. Nipa na enter into the marriage. The person is expecting to grow in certain part of the area. Now, say baako grow faster than the other.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to say is, say nipa na upgrade ne ho a, now the taste of the person changes. Nipa ne preferences ɛsesa.
Yeah.
The kind of class, the kind of level, because nipa na upgrade, because upgrade be our levels are equal.
Mm-hmm.
Enti now no, nipa na upgrade ne ho wie a na ɔhwɛ wo a, deɛ ɔhu no deɛ wohu no, mo nyinaa mo trans a ɛnkɔ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Enti the best thing is that let me walk from the 10 years married that I've been, 15 years married that I've been. I have now seen the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh.
Mm.
It is now that the person has been able to identify himself and know what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So, no matter what, this person will walk away quietly, quietly, cry. Okay. Is there any other question?
Yes, please. Mr. Asante
Okay.
is saying something very profound here.
Okay. This one is from Daniel, Mr. Daniel Asante.
Mm-hmm.
See, marriage partners often patiently stay in an uncomfortable marriage environment with the view that maybe things will get better, but never change and even worsen. You can't teach an old dog with new tricks. Healthy relationship start from day one.
Mm.
That-
This is really
that's
deep.
yes, that's very correct. So when you check the narration of Mr. Daniel, say marriage partners often patiently stays in an uncomfortable marriage environment with the view,
Nkwalaa ne nti, nkwalaa ne nti.
with the view that yɛrekɔ na nneɛma bɛsesa, yɛrekɔ na suban wei epia a me ne ne kasa ɔbɛsesa. Nti yɛwɔ suban bi wɔ hɔ a ɛdan di wɔ nipa mmienu ntam a yɛtena ase ne yɛka ho asɛm. Nti yɛayɛ baako wapaakyɛw, yɛayɛ mmienu wapaakyɛw, yɛayɛ mmiɛnsa wapaakyɛw. But I have actually come to a point to understand say that is who you are. But me accepting that is who you are, no, me, I can't stay with that person that you are.
Mm.
Because look, there are certain women, irrespective of the number of times that their husband will cheat, it will never warrant for divorce.
Yeah.
Likewise, there are certain husbands are, irrespective of how their wives will cheat, it will never warrant for a divorce. But there are certain men, there are certain women, if you cheat one, that is all.
Mhm. Yeah.
We can talk about it. You can apologize. They will forgive you. They will stay with that thing for 10 years. Because of what you did to them, they are looking for an opportunity to work out.
Mhm.
And you won't say, well, divorce be over, I see. But man say, yet a fine, meaning the my just a bibia crancy. And one so
Mm.
sorry, ya, or semi wali beam. Me oh, I yet you come. I have a 7 me say divorce papers. That immediate time, Beman, you will not know whatever that you have done. It is something
Yeah.
that has happened so many years,
Long time ago. Yeah.
long time ago. Because at that moment, Obisan who say, because as someone see, the person is asking him or herself, say, and then the Beman pass me, see, yes, I deal with.
Mm.
At that point, the woman is giving you everything,
Yeah.
the man is giving you everything. When he talks about sex, anytime we demand for sex, it be your demand. Anytime you need like into Obisan who say, into all these things that I did for this man. So no, to me, go ahead and you'll be could die. Then it means that Sana and Subantia.
Yeah.
Yes. And trust is broken the day that that thing happened. And if trust is broken, then what it means, they say, when I get my nice line of action, I'll just move.
Mhm.
So
Mr.
that
Graham,
was
why do people like ignore red flags at the beginning of a relationship? Because sometimes you see it clear. Some women or some people will be like, "Oh, me yeah, worry obejai," thinking say maybe whilst you were dating, who said this guy or this woman, me fan say, let me use some of this guy. The guy is cheating, okay, but you be like, oh, me worry no bejai, me worry, and there are some women too. They lack respect. They don't
mhm.
know how to treat the man. They don't know how to respect the man and answer bibisa. But they will be like, oh, me worry no obeja me but they don't know say, when someone is in a certain habit and I said or some sort of character or worry now, that's when it's going to be worse. So it will get but people will be like to say man or baby or back say, oh, me nene wa obeja me nene wa obe worry me and I me nene wo pa obeja is as that kind of thing. Why is it that people cannot like acknowledge red flags and let go, but they be like me ho sa and I say obeja.
Okay. Okay. So relationship and marriage are two different things altogether.
Mhm.
I think last week na case we were had na may handle because the woman was saying say they are less than 1 year in the marriage.
Okay.
But the woman is now crying, say, the person I knew before the marriage, a different person that I'm seeing now.
Okay.
So when it comes to relationship, a different ball game altogether. Look,
Mm.
the reason why people think, say, I've seen it, but me warrior, obey when you are dating someone, na a marriage, a relationship, there are times one of the partner is afraid, say, the least thing that I would do, this person would not let us walk to the altar.
Mm.
Nti adeɛ bi a ɛsɛ sɛ nka bɛrima no hu biribi wɔ ɔbaa no ho, ɛsɛ bɛrima no yɛ firm na ɔtea ɔbaa no wɔ ho osuro
Yeah.
because at the back of the mind ɔthinki sɛ menware ne yɛ
Mm.
nti metia no in a capacity as what. There are certain women cry and a certain men are say, oh, John Becca, na sɛ wo worry me sɛ wo worry me a
Yeah.
and the ho say ube kase me ma me nkɔ ha ube kase me ndia ha because sɛ we share oba no is into friends and is into outing
Yeah.
now per se on stopping na they can tell you say no na sɛ wo worry me and I want to have fun. So at the back of the mind, no, say okay, and it's me worry now because me worry here, I'm passing me worry here, and on your minute, say me worry now, me need to feed and I'll be able to control that person is a lie.
That's a big
So
lie.
anybody that you cannot control during your relationship, you can never control in marriage.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
you can never control all the red flags that happen. Look, today I'm handling a very serious issue. A guy that's all planning to marry a lady. Na lady no na kuma wasoro ni bufu a obetumi afrɛ guy no names and even go to the extent of calling
the family.
the guy's family to even throwing tantrums to them. But ask yourself, this man cannot stand on his feet to stop the lady because lady no yes. So I have told the guy say, Masa, ade we are hunu saa no. Say when to me and some can now enter into the marriage how. The guy said no, I don't have any problem. As soon as I'm a wale no, Mexian was hard no. So
No.
basically, red flags dey yehu pa. But anyone be over, we feel say because ye worry no, enti ye worry na obejai, oba bi to so me worry na meshe no no you can't do it. Say if upesa only bibia ye no time amu date before you enter into the marriage. In any case, there are people that you can see the red flags. When you enter into the marriage, they will change. But that also depends on the individual.
That's very true. Yeah.
Why you focus say, I want to learn something. I want to learn something. Into be there are people that are very aggressive, but when they enter into marriage, they are able to remold, refine, and you get the best out of them. It is only people that are ready to change. And all these things plays a very major role in relationship.
Let's read from
Okay.
Mr. Philip.
Yeah, Mr. Kofi has come again. So let's read. If I have sex with a man or woman, means you are automatically married. Okay, let me take it again. If I have sex with a man or a woman, means you are automatically married. Then our neighborhood would have a lot of couples who are married to each other. This is because some guys and girls hook up with nearly every person of the opposite sex in their community.
That's true. I think he's referring to what Mr. Wilson said about if you enter a woman, that means you are married to her.
Well, I want to say this thing. One of the things are NKP marriage, sex. Sex helps you to bond. Sex brings about bonding. Sex sometimes brings about calmness because there are some couples heated argument. As soon as they are able to come together and make love, you see tempers coming down. the marriage ejina so for the marriage to have a very strong foundation, respect.
Respect for each other. It's not
Yes.
for man and respecting men. Man. That's the mistake some of the men do. They will be like, "Oh, respect me," but they don't respect their wives.
I mean that's very awkward. Because you see, when it comes to respect, respect is very broad.
Yeah.
Out of respect, we can even have something that is called love. Now, if I respect you, when I'm talking to you, I'm very careful.
Very, yeah.
I will talk to you with love. I will correct you with love. I'll rebuke you with love. I'm doing that because of the respect for you. But say mimbuwa say asɛm bi ba me tirim na epie firi m'ano a, because I don't respect you, ɛbɛba no boom boom.
Yeah, you don't even think about it.
You don't even think about it. And be with a woman or a man that gives cheeky answers. Hey, who do typical questions to shame? Mr. Daniel has come again. Let me help in reading. Also, ignoring red flags in a courtship stage of relationship is the most dangerous mistake people make.
Very true.
That is very true.
It is so very true.
Very, very true. But Adiapena, you would equally agree with me. There are certain red flags that you will never see.
1000% if there's anything like that.
You know,
Yep,
the
that's
red
very
flags,
true.
you know, the red flags in relationship is different from the red flags in marriage. It can be the same thing, it can be the same pointing thing, but these are different. Let me give you a typical example. When I'm dating you, we meet somewhere one weekend, we have our dinner, we watch movies. When we are done, you pick a car, you go to your house. I pick a car, I go to my house. Whatever conversation that you notice, the errors, it is the 2 hours that we met that you'll be able to identify certain kind of errors. Now, when we are married, we are staying 24/7. Now, the way I sleep, the way I snore,
The assembaba.
now the red flags of you woyɛ nipa bi a oda ompɛ aboa koraa to sɛ aboa bi so tekete a, you are afraid, you are scared, and you are now married to take tall man who when oda or snort say I mean, and this one a natural phenomenon. It is involuntary action that you cannot even tell your partner say, "Oda, don't snore." So if you are the type that is your red flag, what will you do? A red flag can equally be one. I mean, kind of flat. There are people that some men, their manhood is like this. Some men, their manhood is like this. And when in courting or relationship, you never had sex.
Mm-hmm.
So you enter into the marriage and you were expecting something like this.
Police are back.
I mean, but when you went, the thing is like this.
Uh-oh.
And this one, there is nothing that you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this one too will create problem for you. So what do you mean? Then you are not going to be happy the whole of your life. And it's very painful.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very painful. There are people that even walk out of marriage because of lack of sexual satisfaction.
Hmm.
These days, a man satisfying a woman very well has become an expensive commodity.
Mm.
You can have sex all right, but I'm talking about making love with the woman for the woman to have an orgasm or for the woman to be at her peak.
Mm.
It has become a rare commodity now. You cannot get it
Mm.
because a lot of the food that is cropping up, yeah, the chemicals and I. Until now, even if you cook, na aduane ne hyɛ fridge mu kura etumi sɛe
Mm.
because
Yeah.
chemicalized food. And the men are not
That.
stronger as compared
Yeah.
to 30 years men some time ago to meet. No. And I mean, some women are sexually active, very active. You have to. And it's only or enter into the marriage with or no ni expectation say my man have to sexually satisfy me for me to come. They call it come. When the other say, "Please, have you come?"
Okay, when and however I have a food.
I mean, so these are equally part of it. I think we have
Yes,
another.
yes, yeah, we are learning.
Yes.
It's interesting. We are learning.
So, so I mean, it's equally part. It's equally part. And you know, let me chip in this. Some people are very greedy.
Mm.
Yeah, I've said it, but let me expand it. You know, you'll be with this woman in marriage, struggle the whole of your life. Baby, I want it is this woman that helped you to get there. Baby, I want it is this man that helped you to get there.
Mm.
But as soon as you get on your feet, then you realize that this is the time for me to walk out of the marriage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, very.
It's from both sides, both
Yeah,
women
that's
and
both sides.
men. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see, a plan, they just want to work because, you see, until a man or a woman will have money, you will never know the real behavior of that person.
Yeah.
And see, when people get money, they feel they have rich.
Hmm.
And see, the person that they have been with for so many years, they will sunline that person and move ahead. There are men that when they get money, they want to take another woman. That is why they have so many side chicks. Those of us in Africa, and no also money with their account. Nti a lot of sikafo a ɛwɔ mu wɔ bibimu mu ha, they have 2 3 wives.
Plus side chicks.
Such no kra deɛ ɔboa ɛwɔ mu bebree ɛno
Solomon,
deɛ ɛno
Solomon
deɛ
Gandisa.
okay. Mr. Kofi said that is why it is called red flag. It simply means this is who and what the person is, and there is nothing you can do about it.
Mm.
Okay.
Sometimes you can do something about it. Like,
Yes. I
yeah,
mean,
sometimes you can do something about it.
yes. 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 There are people when him say you want nkorɔfoɔ for instance, a typical red flag, bema or ɔbɔ
Mm-hmm.
ɔbaa, red flag. But there are people that they do it without knowing that that thing is wrong
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah.
because growing up, that is what they have seen. They've seen it as a norm. They've seen it as normal, and they've seen say only oba kasa no agiwa bono. And see, no feel say it's a way of correcting a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have such person as a husband, na onya obi ana wankasa ope kwan bi so ɛtentene no ɛkyerɛ no na ɔte aseɛ na that person want to change a ɔbɛsesa.
So that's a son. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, there are
Mm.
a lot of men a wɔyɛ humanizers a they have entered into marriage that their partners has been able to reform them. I'm using the word reform
Mm.
because there are people that involve themselves in this kind of things without knowing the real danger ahead of them.
That's true.
Yeah, yɛwɔ mmaa bi wɔ hɔ a typically wɔn nim kasa ɛyɛ red flag ɔkasa bang 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 to asɛm ase. So when you have such a person, now will be you get a teaching husband, you get a patient wife that will be able to sit you down and teach you, remold you, refine you. If you are ready to learn and change from those red flags, it works for you.
Change. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not nkurɔfoɔ bi wɔ hɔ, wɔyɛ adeɛ no na ɛnyɛ na ɔka kyerɛ wɔn a, they become upset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, obi wɔ hɔ ɔyɛ adeɛ no na ɛnyɛ a ɔno ne bo bɛfu. Or beg he will behave as if yes, such a person there. You stay in your corner, you advise yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But the teaching husband is a cheating husband. Yeah, then
Yeah. That's true. Mr. Santi said something else. Then we
okay,
can.
awesome. Scheduled relationship is full of deceptions and unpredictabilities. So when we talk of scheduled relationship, it's talking about meeting at a point. Is that what, Mr. Daniel, is that what you meant?
I think maybe he's talking about when you said like if you are in a relationship, maybe you meet your girlfriend at a spot, you guys eat,
Yeah,
drink, and then
yeah,
you go home separately, and then maybe later you guys come back and he said yes.
yeah. Yeah, but in any case, relationship has to begin from somewhere. You cannot meet the person, then automatically you'll be staying under one roof with the person. You would have to be meeting somewhere. But Adepena, one of the things are a blindfolded red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the
Sex
things.
is a dangerous thing. Oh. It's very
That is the thing.
there are some and this is in quote like some men, okay, and I don't know why some women too are like that, like who say beme or bono pa we are not another, and then this woman will be like, oh, oh pa we are then no no
Yeah.
other. Na
Yeah.
ɛnanim no na afei na ɔba abɛkorɔkorɔ wonim sɛ nkɛnsɛ sɛ woyɛ sei wonim sɛ nkɛnsɛ sɛ woyɛ sei and na ɔbaa no nso wawu like
Yeah.
what you know kyɛ sɛ waconsoling himself, oh it's okay, and this man will continue beating you and
Yes.
having, I'm not even going to say or making love to you
Yes.
and having sex
Yes.
with you like continuously, so the woman kind of becomes used to it, becomes addicted to it. When him say, oh, Yeah, no, but me cry at the end of the day, no. And some men too, that they'll give you gifts. Maybe you're about
Yeah.
better show or
Yeah.
better. I don't know. I really don't get it why some women subject themselves to such situations.
Yeah. I think said the analogy that you gave, no, very right. But this is one of the things I've come to realize. As soon as you as a wife or you as a husband will be able to know who you are
Mhm.
and your role in the marriage and how you want to live in the marriage, as soon as you're able to identify all these things, and you be now so our reign.
Mhm.
It is not any bibiana a normal, any bibiana a bro, any normal, marriage.
Mhm. And
Cheating, any normal, marriage.
mhm,
Abuse, any normal.
any form of
And
abuse.
when we talk of abuse have different forms.
Yeah.
There are times we can say, I do the year me, send the bome crank me.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain people they can emotionally abuse you that when you look at yourself in a mirror, you can't even identify yourself.
Hmm.
And these things are things that goes on into oba who are abusing emotionally. Look, the day a ọbẹkọ abọnten na mistakenly na adi ẹtọ fam na obi gentleman bi fam and oh sweetie, oh sorry, please, are you okay? What a beautiful lady.
Hmm.
Ọba ya abusing her for 5 years.
Hmm.
Na until saa adeɛ wei bi da the whole of ne life for 5 years in marriage. Na mistakenly na ade atɔ fam na obi akoto afa ama no. I say, oh, you are looking so beautiful. Why? Is there anything? What is wrong with you? Now, Obi I show a certain kind of compassion for her.
Right.
That day, that woman, you have lose her.
Hmm.
Well, lose not as a wife, but emotionally. Now, Obenya emotional consolation from somewhere.
From outside, yeah.
I'm telling you. So, in case when they exchange contacts, oh no, who prefer, who kwe no fear. To call this man, they
Mhm.
will have a lot of conversation.
Yeah.
By the time you come from work to come and do your foolish things, she's already satisfied. It is
Mm.
you see, I'm the and
Now,
can
yeah,
be
would be and family because or young satisfaction from somewhere.
the least chance of being our overcome because we just call that our now dream before answer they never. So
Mr. Asante
okay.
said sex is a hell of a drug.
This one the unless I did now you explain it to because sex is the hell of a drag.
Mr. Asante, let him explain. Mr. Asante, can you explain that? How is it addictive or how are you saying it's a hell of a drug? Anyway, so I want to say a little on the point you made about knowing yourself because
Yeah,
it's very very important as a man or a woman to know yourself because
yeah.
if you know yourself, you know who you are, you know your likes, your dislikes, you know your capabilities, abilities, you
Mm,
know
mm,
your shortcomings, you know your
mm,
weakness, you know your
mm.
strength. And also, and when someone is coming into your life and who say it's not something that I like, you don't go for it. But
Yeah.
when something is coming into your life and you know, say, oh, this thing that is coming, I like it. Maybe there will be some pros and cons or something like that. You weigh both sides and see, say, yeah, pros no, and also see cons now. Then you go for it. And this
Yeah.
idea when you don't know yourself, you just accept anything anyhow.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay. think Mr. Asante is trying to explain himself. So I say then it can
Resolve
resolve
many
in
relationship problems. That one there. Yeah.
not really. I don't support this that
Oh.
can resolve. I think sex will resolve most relationship problems temporarily. Like
Yeah.
when you like acquired say,
It
excuse me,
comes, it calms nest down, tensions down at that particular moment.
yeah, at that
But
particular
the
moment.
pain remains.
After
Yes.
the pain is still there. What can I
Yes.
say? The pain is still there. And it will solve some, but not all relationship. Now acquired to say sebi can be to say, excuse me to say, yes in be is we are also
Ɛsoro na wo, but aseɛ no.
you can you can do that, you can use sex too, but you see that problem is not resolved, it is not solved, it's
Yeah,
just
it's not so.
but the athena is still fresh and you keep some relationship too when there is a
Mm.
problem you want to solve it with sex and no sir, no. It is good for
Ɛboa.
you to sit down and resolve it. Obeka wo how oba no so beka ne how now more coming to conclusion to solve it. But we who say, oh, I'm going to use sex to resolve and some of them and both men and women they don't know how to say I'm sorry. So they instead
Good.
of saying
Yes. Mm.
say I'm sorry, then he will or she will do the sex thing and then resolve the problem. The problem hasn't been solved. It has just calmed the situation down. But we go say the next time, when something else happened, that then we go say akwako yi the old a chrono aba. What I say, so sex doesn't really resolve. It just
Yeah.
calm. Or
Yeah.
see, right, right. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, I think last month I overheard one of my fathers. Now he was saying, say, Omo family, no, they don't say sorry
Mm.
as a man. And see, when you say sorry as a man, it means that remember I
That's
tough
what.
from like
Mm.
a swati.
Mm.
So imagine, say, when you mistakenly, yeah, let me use the word mistakenly.
Mm-hmm.
If you mistakenly get married to such a man
Mm-hmm.
who the tradition and the culture, irrespective of how the situation is not permitted to say sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And you, the woman, from the background that you are coming from, I mean, unim so be your idea, can sorry. Oh no, we are idea, you are able to say sorry for him to accept.
Mm-hmm.
But ono your idea, not only tradition, and in the bush you can sorry.
Hmm.
It is a unya this kind of conflict. No problem can be resolved.
Yeah,
No
because
problem can be resolved.
and no become sorry. So you boom so to how is he going
Tuma.
to be sorry?
Na ɔgye to mu koraa so a sɛ ɔgye to mu sɛ wayɛ mfomso a ne culture ne mma ne ho kwan sɛ ɔbɛpa wakyɛw.
Mm-hmm.
So let's all understand say as soon as we come together as husband and wife, we have actually denied ourselves. It's all about sacrifice. Whatever that we are doing as husband and wife is sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So now it is not all about you. It is not all about me. It is about us. So it's not like me bushemu no yenye say. Baby, no.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, wabe come hono na yabe wo number. So number means we are going to set standards and practice for ourselves, our living, to make our life comfortable. And so you don't do things to pain the partner. You don't do things deliberately. Some men will deliberately do things. Me, I know. I was having a friend and my this one in the crowd. I don't want to. The day that a person or new be anchor out, he will intentionally go to the house, create chaos. No, we're creating to argue with the wife. And say, to quite giddy, and I saw a fan and we no deliberately or calculate or to make us say, okay, Friday, minute, we be call out. And or China Thursday, we know what deliberately create an issue that will have opportunity to go out. Into him so go out now, so I don't know. Obeba na do 12, obeba na do 1. Obekwa koye na de, and when oba no fit send to corner na ye no, and intia na oba late. But meanwhile, on your own plan. So there are people that we get married to, they have their own plan at the back of their head. Then the last thing before you bring another question, your oncophobia, we have certain men, they enter into the life of women to drain them. There were a man they enter into the life of the man to drain them. Their purpose is not to go there as a husband. Their purpose not to go there as a wife. They saw something there that they enter into it. But the only way they can enter into it is to be a wife or be a husband. Almost draining and anywhere. When they are done with the work that they do, they walk away.
But Mr. Gray, such a person, can't you see, like, if, let's say, for instance, if Obana or Babe Drini Bema, right? Can't you see, like, such women, they are always asking, I need money for this. Can the men see? And I say, at the time, no, they are blinded with love. And I say, how can they see, say, this woman or this man is not coming to add value to me, but rather coming to drain me? Can they see?
It is not always. It is not all that I will be able to. There are some you will know by the way they talk, their actions. You will be able to know. You know, this person that I'm really dating, is not in for me. Is in for my money or what I'm able to make for myself. But there are people that no matter what, you cannot see.
You cannot see until when you are married to such a person, and then they start after the marriage, they start showing their other them.
Yes, because if they are coming with an agenda and they don't have, they would make you even look. So when you are giving them your money, they don't like it. They want to have their because it's a process that look. In any case, the couples that came here last week to come and cry. Some will share a girl, no. The girl, Juma, well-to-do lady, does everything for himself. The guy came in, and the idea, they said, the guy no ever boa or ban ni Juma koso. Into your help, into the lady was like, hey, obey my dear, me worry ni we are. I mean, very calm. On any casacras or one about as soon as they got married, Beman in Trefi. Obizana Sembia and Abemani to Asamasiamano. The man doesn't even ask about the work and Abibi. But when you ask her, so such a calculated way, you will never know. You can never know.
That's very true. Okay. Well, Mr. Graham, thank you so much. On this note, we are just about to end our program. Thank you to all our viewers. It's been an interesting show today. I didn't even know we were going to spend this much time, because I thought I wouldn't have much questions to ask, but our viewers, your questions, your comments, your whatever you guys brought have made this program a really interesting one. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Graham. I know your time. It's late at your always have time to come on my show. I really appreciate it. Same time, Friday next week. It's going to be 6 p.m. time. I believe it will be 10 p.m. Ghana time, so you can convert the time to your own time zone. We will meet here for another interesting topic. And once again, my name is Ohima Adepena. See you next Friday. Bye bye, everybody.
See you. Bye. Let me see. How